You're listening to a Frequency Podcast Network production.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Welcome to Thursday. My name is Brock.
I'm Dalby.
We got to give a big round of applause to the Toronto Blue Jays pulling out a huge W on the road yesterday to stay alive in this series.
And getting the bats going. Like, that was the big glaring thing in the first two games that were in Toronto, is just like 4 total runs between two games.
Oh, they were so flat in those first two games.
That's not the Blue Jays we've come to expect. So good to see them getting back on top of it. And now they need to keep that going, which is nice because they'll play again tonight, so they have momentum rolling.
I will give a round of applause to Seattle Mariners first baseman Josh Naylor, who is also a Canadian from Mississauga.
That's
by the
right,
way.
yeah.
He did probably one of the most Canadian things yesterday. I don't know if you saw this. He actually apologized to Kirk for clipping his helmet on his backswing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. As he hit the ball yesterday before he left to run to first base.
Yeah.
He clipped his helmet and he looked back and he waved and was like, "I'm sorry."
Sorry, eh?
And that's got to be one of the most Canadian things I have ever seen in sports before.
Ball's in play, you got to get going, but you got to take that. Even just that split second to be like, sorry, my bad, I'm so sorry.
But it's just the Canadian way. Sometimes you just apologize for things that you maybe shouldn't even apologize for.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, is like, I'm sure Kirk wasn't pumped about it, but it's part of the game.
Well, his manager probably wasn't pumped about it, where he's like, "Run, dude, run.
Get going.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Kim Kardashian has the internet in an uproar once again after she has launched a new underwear line.
Okay.
With faux hair for $32. If you look at my screen here,
Hang on.
basically a thong with a bush wig.
I was going to say, this is fake bush underwear.
You know what it is? It's like that thing they used to use in like the 15th, 16th century for like prostitutes. It's a merkin is all it is.
Yeah. What?
It's a merkini.
This is fashion? My understanding as a fairly hairy person is that it was fashionable to get rid of it all, not to add it back on.
Yeah, I don't know if ladies are looking for fake bush, but you can buy it for $32 now.
Would you have to shave first so that your natural hair doesn't get tangled in with the underwear fake hair? It just feels weird, the idea that you would have to clear the runway so that you could then pull on fake turf.
It's probably not dryer friendly either if you think about it.
Oh. Cool cycle only.
It's weird because body hair has been so out of style for a long time. I don't know if it's making a comeback. Everything that's old is new again.
I mean, I definitely, listen, as a very hairy person, everywhere except for my skull, I have met women and stuff like that say that they enjoy that look, that aesthetic, that vibe. But I'm also a human being that exists in the world. TV and movies and everything has been telling me my whole life that I'm weird.
When did body hair go out of style? Because, you look back in like the 60s, the 70s, the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
It was a hot thing. Like every top-notch dude had some chesticles going,
Dude, Tom Selleck on the couch with his shirt off and just a full carpet down the chest and body.
Was it like the 90s when everyone started just going smooth?
Yeah, 90s into the 2000s, right around the time that we coined the term metrosexual. The rest of us who weren't willing to wax our bodies were kind of left behind.
Even if you watch like an old dirty movie, everyone had a forest in their pants. It's very rare to find that now.
Yeah, everything's all manicured. Like, you go on the hub, it's hard to find bush.
Now you're only hairy if you're like a hippie or Italian,
This is two very specific categories to put people in.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
What's the benefit of being a hairy dude, man?
I get this fur coat that I'm always wearing under my sleeveless shirt, so I'm warm all the time.
I find that it's helpful in the wintertime. Like, we full bear in the wintertime.
No, well, that's just it. I mean, besides the fact that I feel like hibernating as well.
But brother, the sweating in the summer.
Oh, it's ridiculous. You could just run your hand down your arm and fill up a 2-liter water bottle.
It's like, it's a benefit, but it's only part-time. When the temperature goes up, it sucks.
You guys do always have a nice glow to you, though, at least.
Glistening.
Glisten.
You're at least 20 degrees hotter than everyone else.
Hey, well, even if you don't feel hot, with looks, you are.
Yeah, because I can go outside. I can go for a 10-minute walk in the summer, and then I can get around water bands on my lawn by just shaking with no shirt on, and I'll get the whole lawn.
We had someone else say this.
Yeah, it's very intimidating. Same as the lions in the wild, whatever. Lots of hair, it's high in testosterone that can be intimidating to certain people.
Which is true. I've always thought when I watched the UFC how much it would suck to go against a hairy guy where, like, he gets you in a headlock or down in the clinch or something, and your face is just rubbing up against their sweaty body hair the whole time.
You're getting rashed up. Although on the other side of things, it's actually worse to be hairy in things like mixed martial arts because that just gives your opponent something to grip onto. Like, if they're trying to body lock you, they're not going to slide off because the hair, and then they could also just start pulling it. You could just start pulling the body hair.
Although imagine, though, like being in a fight and having someone's hair in your mouth.
You're working for like transit. Gross.
We've got someone else on the line. Any benefits you can think to being a hairy man?
Well, when I was younger in high school, I was. It's kind of ironic because I was already starting to lose my hair on my head, but I was gaining it everywhere else in my face and back, and made me look older. So I was the go-to guy to get booze for everybody.
Yep.
Who needs a fake ID when you're just hairy as hell?
That's right.
That's right. Worked great.
Yeah, I can remember coming up, Northwest Territories, drinking age there is only 18, so I'm hitting like 16, 17, the hair starting to come in on the face and the chest. I would just wear like a deep V t-shirt and walk into the liquor store and be like, I'll take a bottle of Weisers, my good man.
Exactly. I always said it seemed to fall off my head and land on my back and take root.
Hey, man. I'll say this. As a dude who is not hairy at all, I still get ID'd all the time, and it's kind of crushing. Like,
yeah, no, well, if they say that's the thing is like, because I got the full beard, I got the hairy chest, hairy back, hairy arms, hairy everything, except for the top of my head. If I don't shave my head, if I let the bald grow in, God, no one on this earth is IDing me.
I do like the text that we just got in from Jack at 762-555. He says, I like being hairy, especially when it's windy and I'm golfing. I can tell which direction the wind is going.
I feel it flowing through your hair.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Jays looking for another big win tonight, but there's also another huge sporting event going down.
Damn right.
The Senior Bowl, the Old Man Bowl, as some are calling it.
Some people just call it Thursday Night Football featuring your Pittsburgh Steelers, all right? We don't have to get into the old man jokes.
If you don't know anything about football, so yeah, the Steelers are playing the Bengals, and the quarterback for the Steelers is Aaron Rodgers, who is 41 years old. Joe Flacco is now the quarterback for the Bengals at 40 years old, making this the second oldest quarterback matchup in history for a combined 81 years in the quarterback positions there.
Like, there is a time in the NFL where if you had said that the primetime game was going to be Joe Flacco versus Aaron Rodgers, people would have been pretty excited for it. This is not that time. 2025 is not that era.
I do love it. Aaron Rodgers was even getting harassed by some of his teammates. Cameron Howard said this while he was doing some media yesterday.
Oldest quarterbacks playing this week. Let's go. Woo! Icy Hot Bowl. I love it.
All right, we'll open it up for questions here from the media.
But it is always funny in sports when someone gets over 35 and then all of a sudden they're considered a veteran player, an old guy in the league. Doesn't matter what sport it is.
Oh, dude, yeah, like a grizzled defenseman and he's 37 years old in the NHL and you're just like, whoo, kid's been playing hockey for 20 years.
Well, I'd see it when Mark Giordano was playing on the Leafs a couple of years ago and he'd block a shot and they'd be like, he's 42 years old. Meanwhile, there's guys that are going out to beer league every night still doing the same thing. You know?
Grinding it out mid-50s, even into the 60s, still showing up to shinny and putting the pads on.
You can only be old at 40 in sports. Like any other job, it's just normal, right?
This is when a lot of people are hitting their professional peak in certain jobs.
It is hilarious to be like, I can't believe they're still doing it. Like you'd never see two plumbers and be like, you're 41 years old? Wow, good for you, man.
Yeah, but retirement age is 65 for normal people. Like at 40, you've still got 2.5 decades to lock into your career.
Isn't it ironic that Americans love football so much and they can look at these two guys and be like, wow, you're so old and you're still playing the game, yet every time they have an election, It's like two 80-year-old guys, and they're like, yeah, that's an acceptable age up there, you know?
Right. At 42 years old, if I went to try out for the Pittsburgh Steelers, they'd be like, you're way too old. But if I ran for Congress, they'd be like, what does this kid know about politics?
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
We are 2 weeks and a day away from Halloween. How much candy have you already eaten?
You know what? I haven't touched any.
Wow.
I know Courtney went out and bought some.
Yeah.
She came home. She showed me the box. I said, I'm taking the dogs for a walk. Hide it somewhere. I don't want to know because it's always the same thing every year. I'm like, oh, I'll have one or two. And then next thing you know, over the course of a week, the box is gone.
That's right. Well, because you tell yourself, right? Well, I just had dinner. It's a long day. Maybe I went for a long walk. Maybe I lifted some stuff today. I deserve chocolate. And then all of a sudden, you're in a pile of wrappers going, where did the last 20 minutes of my life go?
Every single year, man.
Have you had any moments of like, well, maybe she hid it here? Like, have you looked at all?
I have looked. I haven't found it. I'll be honest with you. I have gone searching.
Yeah, I love that you had the willpower to say, put that somewhere, I'm not going to find it, but you do not have the willpower to let it
Sound like
there.
a drug addict or something, being like, hide the stash. But
Well, here's the thing, though, is I brought this up because I found a study that says that about 30% of people surveyed say that they not only have to replace their Halloween candy stash once before Halloween.
I believe that.
But twice.
Oh.
Twice. It's like 50 or 60% for replacing it one time. 30% of people have had to go to the store on 2 separate occasions and do that candy box walkout of like, all right, let's try this again.
I'd love to see the numbers of people that are stoners in that category or people that are trying to quit smoking cigarettes. This is a terrible month to try and get off the darts because you start getting your own munchies to try and fill the cravings.
Right,
you know?
you're looking for something to fill that hole. That's why when people quit smoking, they usually tack on a good handful of pounds. And I have to imagine, like you said, that goes up significantly at Halloween. For me, it's Halloween candy because, yes, I have replaced a box already, and chips. If I have chips in the house, I'm not going to leave them in the house.
Well, chips is one of those things where you start a bag and then you get halfway through.
Yeah.
And then you're like, maybe I'll put it away. And then you bust it back out. And then we all do the same thing where you leave that small little layer at the bottom.
the crumble?
Yeah. As if you're like, well, I didn't kill the whole bag.
Right. There is still enough in here that if somebody else were to open this bag, they could have chips. Even though you know full well the person who opens that bag is going, what the hell is this?
Well, even the next day you go to grab it and you're like, you piece of garbage.
That's why I kind of like Halloween, though, because Halloween, they sell those little mini bags that you're supposed to give away to kids.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the perfect serving size because I can finish that bag and feel like I accomplished something without eating 300 grams of potatoes.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's someone that goes to the LCBO and buys those miniature bottles of liquor and tells themselves the same thing, buddy.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
You got to open the bag and put chips in a bowl and then roll the bag up and put it back in the cupboard.
Listen, I am a 42-year-old, 6'3" man. The cupboard is not stopping me from just going back for bowl number 2.
Understandable. But at least you have to fight the fact that you have to get up and go to the kitchen and get it out of the cupboard and put it in the bowl again and then go back to your show.
I do the same thing with pizza every time I get it. I'm like, I'll pull 2-3 slices off the top, put the box in the fridge.
Yeah.
And then I'll be sitting there and I'll be like, well, let's just grab one more. And then next thing you know, you just keep like picking one out each time. Like, next thing you know, the whole box is gone.
Yeah, I know that one.
See, because the thing is like you feel like if you put more steps, more points of friction between you and the food, that you'll be too lazy to go back and do it. But my twisted brain, when I go back to the fridge for more pizza or I go back for more chips, goes, well, this is my workout. I'm going to get up off the couch. That's a squat. I'm going to walk. I'm going to reach up. Now I'm doing some extensions. I'm going to get all the food out. So now I've convinced myself that I've earned this little treat.
I love the justification. You are a man who's put some serious thought into snacking.
You love it, and so does my diabetes doctor.
You know what? Thinking about it now, going to the buffet is a workout in itself. Think about how many times you're getting up, you're going down, you're getting steps in, you know?
And a plate in each hand. Now you're working on stability muscles because you don't want to drop either one of them.
I think I'm going to go work out at the Mandarin later.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The movie Inception could become a reality soon. I was reading about this Silicon Valley neurotech startup that claims to have achieved a groundbreaking two-way lucid dream communication. So basically, they were able to get two people to communicate in their dreams to each other.
Like going inside one another's dreams, being able to talk while sleeping, I guess?
Does that not sound awful?
I was going to say, that's kind of the one time of the day I don't have to talk to anybody. I don't have to exist in anybody else's world. I'm just flat out. I'm trying to get my 4 to 6 hours in.
The CEO of this company says this is the first step forward, enabling real-time interpersonal communication in dreams, potentially reshaping how humans communicate in the future. So basically, all that means is that one day your boss is going to be able to like tap into your dreams and be like, hey, we need you to come in right now.
Need you to wake up. We're one person short at work, and we're going to need you here.
It's only a matter of time till that's what it is, dude.
I do think that there could be some cool applications. Like, if you ever had, like, one of those, like, almost like Grand Theft Auto dreams where, like, things are crazy and you're doing all sorts of wild stuff, you're a superhero or something, like, it would be neat to be able to have somebody else there. My worry is that it's going to become an obligation for every guy in a relationship. Is that every guy and every girl is going to be like, so, are you coming to my dream tonight, or am I coming to yours?
Well, the worst part about that is if you ever woken up in the morning and your missus is mad at you and you're like, what did I do? And she's like, you were mean to me in my dreams. It's like, well, now you're actually going to get blamed for that if that's the case.
Well, but here, maybe on the other side of things, here's how you could finally fix that. Right now, it's a fake you that's in her dreams being mean and making her angry. You just got to put the work in and go into her dreams every night and show her that you're not a bad guy.
Try and spend all day doing that already. What do you mean?
It's 24/7 now,
I feel like dreams are supposed to be our safe space, and if they're allowing this to start happening, it's only a matter of time too till like we start getting ads in our dreams.
If we're putting ads in our refrigerators, it is only a matter of time before this dream brought to you by Pepsi.
Can't wait to be sleeping and be contacted about my car's extended warranty.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Crikey. It's time for Animal Impressions with Croc and Digby. Sorry, Brock and Dalby.
All right, let's get it going. We've got $100 in Lotto 649 tickets today.
$10 million gold ball jackpot up for grabs on Saturday after someone in Alberta won the big $36 million yesterday. Guaranteed $1 million prize as well.
This one was on the text line yesterday. A gibbon? So that's what we need our three callers to do here.
I have definitely caught my kids just like stimming out and making that sound at some point in their time.
If you are not one of our three gibbons, that does mean you are a judge. So 762-555. Let us know who's the best. All right. We'll go to line one here. Caller number one. What's your name?
My name is Skaggs, boys. What's up?
Skaggs. All right, buddy. We're doing good. We need you to do this for us. You think you can be a gibbon for us?
I mean, it sounds like it's like more of an alto, like I'm a tender man. It sounds kind of out of my range, but I'll give it a shot, man.
All right, let's see what you
got. Hey, for a tenor, man, you got there, all right?
Sounds like he's doing Morse code or something.
Thank you, man.
All right, Skaggs, stay on hold, buddy. All right, we go to line two here. Caller number two, what's your name?
Hi, Kylie.
Kylie, all right, for $100 in Lotto 649 tickets, you need to be a gibbon for us. Let's see what you got, Kylie. That was very good. Borderline puppy, but very
a little
good.
bit. Towards the, that was good, though.
All right, good job, Kylie. Stay on hold. And now we go to our final gibbon. Caller number three, what is your name?
It's Ricky.
Ricky, you've got to hear everybody else do the gibbon impression. What do you think of your fellow gibbons this morning?
I don't know. I might have it.
All right, let's see what you got, Ricky.
It was a good effort. Ricky.
All right, stay on hold here. Let's weigh out the options line. 1, 2, 3. What are we thinking here?
I think all three brought it, but I feel like Kylie, at the very least at the beginning, like sounded almost spot
dead on,
to the
right?
clip that we were playing. As it got faster, you're right, it got a little more puppy, but...
Text line saying 2. It's
Yeah.
just 2's coming in at 762-555. All right, we'll give it to her. Kylie, are you still there?
I sure am.
You get the ding, the round of applause, $100 in Lotto 649 tickets, all right?
Perfect.
If you do happen to win the big jackpot on Saturday, got some nickels and dimes you could share with the fellas over here?
Absolutely. And some whoop whoops along with it.
This will be us going around the bank.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Send a text right now. Send a text for free. 760-555. And you send a text to me and Dalby.
That fits better than I would have expected, to be honest.
All right, let's get her going. 762-555. First question here is from Jack, and he says, what is the only color you can taste? I feel like there's a bunch of colors you can taste.
Orange is the right answer. Orange is the most universal flavor.
Red is fruit punch.
See, but red can also be strawberry, could be raspberry, could be watermelon, could be cherry. Red is a dangerous game to play if you don't know what you're getting into.
Green is a deceiving taste, too.
Green can go all over the place. You ever go in for something you thought was going to be nice and limey, and then you got yourself some green apple? Mm-hmm. Green apple's not even a bad flavor, but if you're not ready for it, it'll smack you in the mouth.
I like how white is a mystery flavor for a lot of things, when white is the most bland color of all.
It's the most bland of all the colors, but white freezy is one of the greatest flavors of all time in all foods.
Yeah.
So if everything white tasted like white free, I'm going down a road I'm not comfortable with.
Well, it's just funny when you think about white people's taste buds compared to how they make the mystery color be like, ooh. Somebody said, did you hear Tim Hortons has stopped serving their breakfast past 4 p.m.? This is BS. When did this happen? I mean, they've got too much BS on the menu to, I guess, be making breakfast at 4 p.m.
I feel like that's the thing is like, I didn't know how late Tim Hortons
I
did
thought it was
breakfast.
24 hours, yeah.
If you're going to Tim Hortons or any restaurant for that matter, because a lot of them do the all-day breakfast now, if you're ordering eggs at a fast food drive-thru at 4 p.m., life has been unkind, and you need to reflect on how you could make things better.
Someone said, what fictional character would make the worst roommate?
Ooh.
Buffalo Bill.
Well,
am I wrong?
You'd always have access to lotion when you needed it.
Yeah.
That would be helpful.
Anyone from a scary movie, the guy from Saw, maybe?
That's, Jigsaw or Freddy or any of those people. Yeah.
Edward Scissorhands.
Edward Scissorhands, I would argue, if you had a lawn of any kind, some hedges, if you need haircuts, he was a very talented person, as long as you were on his good side.
Yeah. Until you're like, hey, can you grab that shirt from my room for me? And then you come back and it's all shredded.
If you ask Edward Scissorhands to get you a shirt, that's on you. He's just doing the best he can.
Someone said, what's your favorite way of keeping warm now that it's freaking cold out there?
40 years of overeating.
There you go.
Like, that's the thing, right? Like, as a big guy, I'm heavy set, I'm hairy, I'm big. I don't get cold easily. Like, I'll throw on a hoodie and it'll carry me till February.
Dalby will send you some diet tips to help you stay warm this winter.
I don't know if you can call them legally diet tips.
I was gonna say snuggling is pretty dope, but that's an inside thing, and then usually one person's legs are colder than the other. You know what I've been doing? And I feel bad because now I understand, like, I always get annoyed with Courtney when she puts her cold feet on my legs.
Right.
I started putting my feet under my dog. And I can tell that it bugs him.
He's not happy.
No.
This is also just another great time to remind people, as it's going to start getting cold out there, 2 blankets in the bedroom.
Yeah.
If you are in a couple, Bring a second blanket into the bedroom.
Game changer.
It will stop so many fights as someone will no longer be freezing cold in the middle of the night.
Final one I'll wrap up with here. Someone said, what's something you'd pay to unsubscribe from in real life? I mean, bills, obviously.
Yeah, bills would be a huge one. But honestly, just news. Just news in general.
Or advertising.
Advertising would be great. If you could pay like the way that you pay like Amazon Prime, a couple extra bucks and you don't have to watch commercials or whatever. If you could erase advertising from your life for a small monthly fee, I would pay it in a heartbeat.
You know, on Google Chrome, you can get the little ad blocker.
Yeah.
That'd be the one chip that I would put in my brain.
It's just an ad blocker. It just replaces all advertisements, billboards, posters with like sick album art from your favorite artist.
Yeah. Or nude photos, either or.
Whatever gets you through the day.
I'm paying for the subscription. I feel like I should get to choose.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Hey, before we wrap up the podcast, just want to remind you that our next early bird draw is going down tomorrow. I mean, if you're listening to the podcast on October 16th, this is good news. If it's any date past tomorrow morning, then this doesn't matter.
But if it is the 16th or even before 8:30 in the morning on the 17th and you're in the province of Ontario, you can go to bcc5050.ca. You could get tickets. Maybe you win the jackpot, but you've also got the shot at going to a Habs Sens game in Montreal.
Yeah, we'll get you the tickets in Montreal. We'll give you some Via Rail vouchers as well. Plus, don't forget, even if you're listening to after tomorrow, we have another $1,000 early bird prize next Friday. The following week, $2,000 for an early bird prize as well.
That's right. It's the Brock and Dalby Big Win 50-50, but the big focus is on Breast Cancer Canada. That's who we're doing this for. So whether you buy your tickets on the 16th, the 17th, or any time before November 7th, you're part of the cause. It's bcc5050.ca.
I'll throw the link down in the podcast description as well. Appreciate you if you got a ticket already.
Want to be a part of the podcast?
Leave a message on the Bad Line.
The Bad Line is the answering machine for the Brock and Dalby Show.
To get the number, text the word BAD to 762-555.
Thanks for listening to the Brock and Dalby Podcast.